In 1973, a New Delhi man named Mahant Amar Bharti Ji felt he needed to completely devote himself to the Hindu deity Shiva and world peace. In 1970, he left his wife, family, and job and began to wander the streets of India, but he decided that wasn't enough. He raised his arm and kept it there. Now, 42 years later, it's completely useless as an appendage, but has become a source of inspiration for other Hindus. Akiko was an akita that lived in Japan and was the pet of a professor at the University of Tokyo. At the end of every workday, Akiko would greet his master at Shibuya Station and the pair would walk home together. One day in 1925, the man suffered a brain hemorrhage and died. Akiko didn't understand what had happened and waited for him to return. For 9 years, Akiko waited at that train station, and eventually became a symbol of devotion for the Japanese people. After his death, a statue was erected at the station in his honor. Maximilian Kolbe was a Polish Franciscan friar whose church provided shelter to thousands of refugees, including Jews, during World War II. He was eventually arrested and imprisoned in 1941 and placed in the notorious Auschwitz concentration camp. In July of that year, 3 men escaped, and as punishment, the SS commander ordered 10 men to be starved to deter further escapees. Fr. Kolbe was not one of the men, but when one of the chosen begged for mercy, he volunteered to take his place. During the entire time, he calmly led the others in prayer, and after 3 weeks, he was the only one left. Eventually, the commander ordered him to be killed with an injection of carbolic acid. Fr. Kolbe willingly gave the executioner his arm. He has since become a saint. Commemorating the fallen unknown soldier is a very serious commitment. The Tomb of the Unknowns, aka the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier, at Arlington National Cemetery has been guarded around the clock since July 2, 1937. In 1948, the tomb guards officially took over the task. They pace for 21 steps, in honor of the 21-gun salute fired at military funerals, and are switched every 30 minutes during summer and every hour in winter. Becoming a sentinel is considered one of the highest honors, and fewer than 700 people have passed the rigorous test, including just 3 women. George and Dorothy Dowdry were married in 1946. The pair had met after Dorothy's previous husband died in World War II. George was in the same regiment and wrote a letter of condolence to the grieving widow. Soon, their correspondence blossomed into love. They were said to have never spent a single day apart since their wedding and had 2 sons, 5 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren. At age 91, George was admitted to the hospital with a chest infection and Dorothy, 92, was admitted a couple days later for shingles.